Welcome back, welcome back. We got another episode of Fights to Make. You guys know the drill. I'm going to give you some fights that we're going to make off of this last card that we had on Saturday. It's now February 19th. I'm going to give you my thoughts on what should happen after UFC Vegas 102, which was Cannonier versus Rodriguez. So, first up, man of the hour, we have Jared Cannonier. He's in a weird spot, so he kind of dodged retirement, honestly. I thought he was going to get finished in the first round a couple different times. He got dropped a couple different times by Rodriguez. Found a way back. It seemed like Gregory Rodriguez kind of had like an adrenaline dump in the first round, and he just gassed. So, good comeback win for Jared Cannonier. I'm going to give him Marvin Vettori. I don't think he should be fighting up the rankings just yet because everybody way up in the rankings has beaten him already. Like Caio Borralho's beaten him. Imavov's beaten him. Izzy's beaten him. A few other guys. It doesn't make sense. So, Vettori doesn't have a fight book. Why not duke it out for another fight night card? Yeah. Next up, we've got Youssef Zalal. His performance was a little underwhelming. A lot of running from what I remember. A lot of just trying to chew up Cater's lead leg and jabbing, finding his way out of range. Wasn't very entertaining. So he's going to be ranked now at featherweight. So I say give him someone who might be able to give him problems. I say give him Giga Chikadze because Giga comes out hot, looking to land those big liver kicks, and he presses forward a lot in the first round. Cater kind of waited, and the only time he had success was in the third round when he was moving forward looking for a big shot. Giga does that right away. So he's shown improvement recently, and he's right around the same spot that Zalal's going to be after his win. So, yeah. Next up, Edmund Shabazian versus, actually, I'll tell you in a second. He looked okay. I wouldn't say he looked good. He had a nice pullback counter. I said Dylan Budka was terrible. Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka. Dylan Budka sucks. I just think Dylan Budka is that bad. He's 0-2 in the UFC. He's 7-4 total. He is. He'll probably be cut now. Good win for Shabazian, though. Nonetheless, even though his build looks weird and his ribs are unfortunately built like that, he looked okay. He looks pretty good. Good, nice pullback counter KO. I'm going to give him Morley Alves. He's out of the rankings. He has kind of a finish or be finished style, which plays into a fun fight because Shabazian likes to stay on the feet typically. Not typically, he does. He likes to stay on the feet. So, Morley Alves. Next up, Nazim Sadikov. Doctor stoppage versus Bonfim. I thought it was kind of a weak stoppage, I'm going to be honest. I think most people thought that. It wasn't. It was just like a cut right here. One of the weaker doctor stoppages I've seen in recent memory. Nonetheless, a win. He looked good. I'm not going to say he looked bad and that he didn't deserve to win because he was winning. I'm going to give him Tom Nolan, who fought last week. Not last week. Well, the card before this one. Yeah. He fought Borashev. Beat him handedly for 3 rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if both these guys were ranked sometime in the near future. But yeah, Tom Nolan, Nazim Sadikov. I think that's a good fight. Next up, Jose Delgado. Man, he's good. I told you it was going to be that way. The MMA Lab is a really good gym. Connor Matthews fights out of New England, whatever it is, the one with Calvin Kattar and Rob Font. No one else in that gym is good. They suck. Like, historically speaking, they're not good. Jose Delgado fights out of, the MMA, whatever. He fights out of the MMA Lab. He rocked him with a big spinning back fist and then finished him with a nice combo. Who did he fight? Connor Matthews, I think it was. Hey, you know, when the gyms are the MMA Lab versus the New England Cartel or whatever it is, like, that's a lock. So, he looked good. He's really talented, young kid. I'm going to give him Lucas Alexander. He just fought Bogdan Grad on the Saudi Arabia card. He looked okay, but he did get finished by Bogdan Grad. He just seems to have a little bit of quit in him, but he's clearly talented, and he's athletic. Sometimes it only gets you so far. So I say give Jose Delgado to Lucas Alexander. I think 2 young guys can make for a fun matchup. Should stay standing again, because Connor Matthews isn't the most athletic guy. Lucas Alexander is a pretty athletic dude, so we'll see how Jose Delgado does with the athleticism if that matchup does get made. That's what I think should happen, but yeah. Next up, Gabriel Bonfim. He got a sub, and he put Chaos Williams out bad. It was a good submission. I think it was a Darce, if I remember correctly. But some people, from what I've seen, don't want to give him a contender yet. I think he should. He showed a lot of poise in that matchup. He like neutralized every threat that Chaos had for him, which shows a lot because at one point Nicholas Dalby was able to close the distance and he put him away. He showed levels to it, showed levels to his game. So I say give him a contender, give him an older contender. Stephen Thompson is who I'm going to give him. Stephen Thompson's old, man. They like Stephen Thompson for promotional value. Gabriel Bonfim's kind of a decently big name because he has his brother who obviously the doctor stoppage and everything. But Gabriel Bonfim started to be a decently big name, at least outside of the rankings wise. Stephen Thompson, Gabriel Bonfim is a good fight. The UFC would like this a lot just because people would want to tune into this. If you put it on like the featured fight on the prelims or something like that, people would tune in on a pay-per-view, that is, obviously. Next up, Elijah Smith. This kid is talented. He kept getting darsed like over and over and over. He showed composure, like he flattened out like you're supposed to and just go stomach down and so you don't get finished. He almost did get finished a few times though because he was just sticking his head into a darce over and over. But he is talented. He's super athletic, well-rounded. He's young. I think he's like 22 or 21. He's really damn good for his age. I'm going to give him Ricky Tercios. I want to see someone really put a pace on him. I want to see how he does with that. And Ricky Tercios comes into every fight like a madman. Like he just did a line of coke in the back and he's like just ready to go at all times. Ricky Tercios, Elijah Smith. I think that's a good fight. I would love to see this. Ricky Tercios just fought again. That's kind of the theme here. A lot of these guys, unranked prospects, they need timelines to line up kind of a lot of times, so it works. Next up, the man who got finished in the main event, Gregory Rodriguez. This is going to be the last one. I say give him to Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis just got knocked out as well to, who was it? Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov head kicked him. Kind of a bad stoppage, but nonetheless, still got finished technically. So yeah, man, Gregory Rodriguez he just had to have had like this adrenaline dump in the first round because after that he just looked like crap. He was just tired. All of his movements were very labored. Couldn't really get anything off. So Chris Curtis just got finished. He's a veteran outside of the rankings. I think Rodriguez bit off a little bit more than he could chew with Cannonier. Not by much, but I don't think Gregory Rodriguez should be fighting into the rankings just yet after getting KO'd. So we'll go Chris Curtis. Anyways, got a predictions video coming probably tomorrow. So yeah, appreciate you guys. A few buttons down there per usual. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. See you next one.